If you don't know me, my name is Patty. I want to welcome you. I garden here in the suburbs of Southern California. In the desert area, we are zone 9B. I want to get that out of the way because sometimes I forget, and I know it's really important when you're watching gardening channels to see where they are and what they deal with and what their weather's like and all of that stuff. And sometimes you have to adapt. Kind of like when the dog starts barking. Last fall, my husband put together these 6 topiaries in large wine barrel planters, I guess, and I'm going to be about filling them with annuals today. I love when we go to amusement parks, I don't go for the rides, I go for the flower arrangement. So I kind of want to make these topiaries just pop like they do in an amusement park. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. It is going to be probably 80% annuals. I think I have a couple of perennials that I snuck in last fall. They didn't do terribly well over the winter, but I'm going to see if I can save them. So let's go ahead and get started. I'll share what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and then of course I'll show you the finished product. Once again, thank you for stopping by. Let's go ahead and start gardening. Before we get started on the fun stuff, which is planting, we have to do a little bit of cleanup. These things left in here, some things I just kind of added as I had extra annuals from another project I just kind of stuck in here, and some of them have been in here for quite a few months. So I'm going to see what I can salvage, trim back what I can, and then we can start planting them with all the pretty things that I purchased at the nursery. Just your basic annuals in here. I have petunias and pansies, alyssum, some lobelia, and some verbena. So that will give me enough bright colors and enough spillers, things that will spill over like the alyssum will, the verbena will, that I'm hoping it will make it a really lush, full planting. My soil here is a mixture of potting soil, an organic fertilizer, and some fish emulsion. I am just going to kind of top dress it, fill in the holes that I dig for the new plants, and then just give the whole thing a good top dressing when I'm finished. I always keep an empty bucket nearby, that way I can put any debris that I might pull out of here, things that I clip off, pine needles that fall, rocks that somehow get in here. Just makes it easier and an easy way to clean up that's not carrying a big heavy bucket full of debris. First thing I'm going to put in here is petunias, and this petunia is very root bound, which just means it's been in the container much longer than it needs to be, and its roots are kind of going in a circle. So what I'm doing is just gently prodding them apart so that they will naturally grow outward and be a healthier plant than just circling around each other. If you ever have a plant that when you pull it out because it's lived its life cycle, it's still in that square, it's usually because it was root bound and its roots did not stretch out into the soil. Either the soil was too hard or you did not pry the roots apart and spread them so that they would be inclined to grow out instead of around and around. as I'm planting these, I really don't have a rhyme or a reason. I'm just kind of filling in with what I have, looking to see what might need more color, trying to evenly space the spillers so that only one side doesn't spill, that it's a little bit more evenly spaced, and that the color is just pleasing to my eye. That's the thing about gardening. It's different for every gardener. It's going to be what pleases you. Yes, there are basic design rules, but if you don't like that look, it's your garden. You do what brings you joy. You do what you think is a beautiful space to be in, because the ultimate goal is to get us outside in the sun, digging in the dirt, or relaxing in the garden. Once I have each barrel planted the way I want, then I just go around and dress it with some good quality topsoil that has, like I said, some good organic fertilizer in it, just to make sure that the plants are settled in. And just because containers the soil can tend to be compacted after a while, I just refilling up the container. Gardeners or just people in general, we can overcomplicate things. This does not have to be something that's hard. People will say, oh, you have a green thumb. I wish I had your green thumb. You have such a green thumb. Everything looks so pretty. It really is just about putting things together in a pleasing way and trial and error. You will see a lot of times in the garden, I will put something in, look at it, just doesn't look right, and I'll move it around. Annuals are a great way to start because they're very forgiving about being moved around. They usually are not a big out-of-pocket expense. And what I would say, if you're new to gardening or container gardening, or you just want to add some flowers to your existing garden, find a small pot, a small vessel of any kind that has good drainage. It does have to have holes in the bottom. Fill it with a good quality potting soil and plant some annuals. They make such a beautiful pop of color anywhere where the dirt is hard, there's not enough space. You just want to take advantage of a little piece of sun that you have. An annual in a pot or container is the perfect way to do that. potted up, keep in mind that they will double, sometimes triple in size, so they are a little bit spaced out, but have no fear, I will show you updates throughout the season. This will totally fill in and hopefully be reminiscent of those public amusement park pots overflowing with flowers, just adding beauty to their surroundings. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you are inspired and encouraged to try some container annuals. I want to thank you for stopping by. I want to thank you for subscribing if you haven't yet. I'd love to have you do so. I do have the food garden tour coming up later in the week. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.